language support on the mobiles, we have started debating what standards we should put in place so that irrespective of the vendor, irrespective of the network, we can provide these solutions seamlessly. So that the people who can't be reached through the PC penetration is low, so through the mobile they can access the government services, they can access the other services which are going to be a major value added service business once the mobile becomes available in Indian languages. So the local language interface is not a desirable but an essential component. So far we are looking at it as a desirable component only. So we have to move towards making it an essential component to reach the unreached, and all our local language content, we have to push people to produce more local language content on the web. For that we have already released series on which the tools for hosting the content, tools for developing the content are available. So according to UNESCO also, UNESCO's vision of multilingualism in cyberspace says that everybody has a right to get ICT information in their own languages, and language is the primary vector for communicating knowledge and traditions. So thousands of languages worldwide have already been diminished from the scenario because they were not supported on the technologies. So in India, we have to remain very conscious to the fact, if we want our languages to thrive, so we have to work on ICT technologies support for Indian languages. The role of TDIL, Technology Development for Indian Languages program, is very crucial in achieving this goal. So our goal is developing and bringing out the key enabling technologies in 22 constitutionally recognized languages, and also proliferate the Indian language technologies to the wider section of the society. The goals of TDL program are to promote research and development of technology, software tools and applications for Indian languages, to catalyze the proliferation of language technology products and solutions, to develop, adopt and promote standardization for seamless access of services and solutions. When we started the program in 1991, the major emphasis was on technology development. But gradually, by and by, we realized that we are the only program at a national level which has to look at the standards. So we started work on various standards, not only technology standards, but also on the linguistic standards which are required to be built for promoting further research in this area, and also for supporting seamless applications in Indian languages. So with the coupled globalization efforts, we have to do our localization efforts within India, which can support all the ICT technologies enabled Indian languages. So the various issues which come across are putting up standards in place, developing software and tools, training, linguistic resources, local data repositories, creating awareness, and technology development and certification. Certification is probably far-fetched, but that's also one of the long-term goal. So the program was from 1991 to 1995. During the initial 4 years, the program was in a seeding phase where we were trying to understand what needs to be done. Initially, some corpora was developed and some exploratory work in the natural language processing was done, and many institutions were roped in to work with us on the linguistic resource development, and there was programs conducted different kinds of curriculum was devised for natural language processing training program, a separate module for computer scientists to apprise them of the computational complexities of the languages, and also for linguists to know of the computer science aspects so that they can work with the computer scientists, because this is an interdisciplinary research program where the involvement of language and linguistic experts is very essential and is the backbone of the development. So exploratory phase 1995 to 2000, some proof of concept technologies were funded, and they were some conceptual level of confidence was achieved by some of the scientists at IITs, IIITs and other institutions. So the laboratory models of OCRs were developed, and text-to-speech for Hindi was developed with the help of scientists at these institutes. So catch-up phase from 2000 to 2004, we were only working with few institutions across India. So we wanted to expand our base to each state, because we are very sure that we can't work without the cooperation of the state governments, whereby the local language experts and the linguists have to come on board and work jointly with us. So we set up 13 resource centers, one in each state, to seed the TDIL activity, research activity in each state. So all those centers have become our resource centers for the future. So all the research projects which are currently being implemented, all these people who were involved in the resource center activity are part of the research activity now. Then there were 10 coordinate centers set up in the Devanagari region to bring some content on the web, because by that time the internet content in Indian languages was minimal and tools were also not that much freely available. So 10 coordinate center was promoted, so a lot of content got developed on the net. So resource centers for Indian language technology solutions had the objective to proliferate this activity to a large number of institutions across the country with specific mandate for a language or a group of languages. And under this, many institutions got seeded with the activity of tools development, linguistic resources development, and technologies development. So many of these tools have been modified and brought out on CD. Many of the resources which got developed have been made available. Some of the important language technology tools and resources developed under these projects are, we developed the parallel corpora which is required for research in this area. So it is in 11 Indian languages. For Tamil, I'm just giving the figures. The parallel data in Tamil, English, Hindi is 104 books. In Tamil English, there are 146 books. In Tamil Hindi, there are 165 books. Actually, for building of this corpora, getting the parallel data in so many languages itself is a task. So we had taken some books which were already published in multiple languages, mainly the NBT National Book Trust books. So this is the sample of the parallel data. So whenever you are building the machine translation systems, for tuning the technology, you require this kind of a data. And for even the development purpose and design purpose and also the testing and validation, this data is very useful. So shortly we are going to make this data available on our website. The sample data will be put on the data center and people can request for using this data for the research purpose. So under National Rollout Project, we have brought out 22 officially languages recognized CDs for free use, which contain various fonts, the OpenOffice completely localized, the keyboard drivers, the email clients, the Firefox browser with complete menus in the local language. So these are freely downloadable from our data center. The website address is given here, and on request, if you register, we can send a CD also. So Tamil was the first CD which was launched as part of this initiative long time back in 2005 end. So the contents of Tamil CD were like this. And yesterday again we have brought an upgraded version of this because a lot of time has passed and the earlier version of OpenOffice and the Firefox browser was very old. So we have given the latest versions completely localized and along with some new Unicode fonts also. And the earlier CD is also there. So depending on the need and the requirement, these things can be used by the Tamil language community. So these are the sample CDs which I was mentioning. So I'm not showing all the 22, but it's a representative of the major Indian languages initiative. So from the research efforts towards technology and product development, after the resource centers project was over, we realized that the research initiatives which were taking place only at leading institutions in the country, this could not be taken to the product level, because if the people are developing different modules at different institutions, the interfacing becomes a problem and the modules don't speak to each other, and at the end of the project the integration becomes an issue. So we started putting up the projects in the consortium approach.